Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Tamrio. Welcome back to more tutorials about YouTube gaming. Today I'm going to show you how to put in chat into your live stream and make it look like see-through and stuff. So right here on OBS, we still got our gear, we're still running in the background. We got subscribe for more, we got the face cam working over here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I put in chat into the stream. Right now we're just going to close this out. Okay, so I got chat right over here. The first thing I like to do is just pop out the chat. Just pop out the chat and not worry about anything else that's going on with YouTube gaming. After that, I want to adjust the chat to a certain width that I personally prefer. I like it to be like this wide, so I can put it into the OBS later on. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so we can see a little better. Let me just go ahead and bounce it to this corner. There we go. And expand it nicely. There you go. And you can move the stuff on the side, on the second monitor or third monitor, whatever monitor setup you have in order to hide all the stuff. But this is pretty much how I do things. I go over here to add a window capture, and then I just let it be a window capture. You can rename it as chat. Go to Google Chrome, make sure it selects the entire window. Go to subregion and select a certain region of the chat I want to show. And I usually select right about between this wide and this wide. You can select up to 5 lines of chat to show. This is just from a previous live stream, so it's just being recorded. And I press enter and press OK, and then it's going to show up like this. After that, if you need to adjust any of the stuff or any of the cropping, you hold down Alt on your keyboard and left click and drag over to until you want to maybe cut away certain edges, certain sides that you don't want to see, like the scroll bar you really probably don't care about, or the little indicators that show if the mod's in chat. I kind of like it to keep it there because I don't really mind it that much. And after that, the easiest thing to do to make the background go away is go to properties, go over to color key, select the darker color, select the darker shade, not the brighter shade but the darker shade, and then for similarity you want to go back down to 0 for now, and then click one by one until you can get the top thing to disappear. There we go. So around 5 similarity, that works for me, and I press OK. Now this does not look exactly the most organized, right? It kind of looks a little blurry and stuff, so but it's okay. It's something you can adjust later on down the line. Something that I like to do in order to help out with the blurriness of this is actually go over to images and apply myself a PNG, a dark PNG of like a darker background. Here I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So since the chat is on this side, I want to apply the chat fade from left to right. That's something that I made in GIMP, and that is something that I use often in my streaming setup in order to make the chat darker and look nicer and not like hidden, which is very, very lovely and very nice when you're trying to make the chat look appealing and stuff. So I'll go over here, I use Alt and drag left click to over here to the little bottom line, and drag left click all the way here to the bottom line like this, so it makes the chat look nice and sweet and just overall pleasant to look at. I mean, look at that. Now I got chat here, and here I'll select chat, and I'll select the background. I can move it around wherever I need to, on top of the face cam, in the corner and stuff, and it has nice little background for it to make it look nice in general, just to kind of cover up some of the things. Here's the thing, with YouTube gaming, the chat does not work the best, and there's no tools yet available compared to, like, let's say for Twitch. For Twitch, there's some tools available to make the chat look nice and transparent and make it look, you know, appealing and make it look, I guess, uniform. That's probably maybe the word I'm trying to look for. I don't know. Make it look nice and appealing and look perfect, like spot on perfect no matter what. With YouTube gaming, that's not available just yet. That is something that is still going to be in progress, but try to bear with it and try to kind of work around with it. Like, for example, I'll just go ahead and use this like that and hide a little bit more of the chat. Now it looks nice and appealing. You can drag it over here to the corner, you can drag it over here to the bottom corner. You can change the fade if you want to include chat on the side and stuff, and you want to just make it look nice and uniform. What you could do technically is, let's say you could just like what's the best way to put it? Let me see if I can pop out the chat. There we go, pop out the chat. Something that I have yet to experiment a lot with, but I know it would work pretty well, is go all the way like this. Scroll down the chat all the way to the bottom, right? And then the game window itself, let's hide these two little chat boxes. The game window, you can go ahead and make it a little smaller. Like, hold on one sec. Yeah, you can make it a little smaller like this. And then move the face cam a little bit up here, make it a little small, make maybe the chat a little smaller. And like, what you could technically do is add a new window, right? Add new window capture, select window capture and use Google Chrome as chat, and use the entire subregion of the thing, and I'll show you exactly what you can do with it. So here's the entire subregion of the chat. We're gonna scroll it down into the corner, make it look nice and uniform, so it kind of matches everything that we're doing here. There we go, nice place, paste it nice into the corner, stretch out the chat, adjust the overall, like, we use shift to adjust the overall positioning and the scale of the thing to make it slightly more compressed, and then you can kind of formulate everything else around the chat. Like, let's say you want to put up Guild Wars 2 like this, and then, or maybe you want to like stretch out Guild Wars 2 and make it a little elongated if you really want to, and then put up the webcam over here. I know it's gonna look weird, but this is something you can always experiment with, and I'm just showing just a rough example. I'm not really showing exactly my setup and my layout. My setup and my layout is mine and mine alone, and that's what I use. But this is something you could technically use if you would want to. Or you can, let's say, if you want to make the chat even more compressed, you could do that, and the chat just kind of freaks out on you for a little bit. All you have to do is just crop it out and make it look nice again. And you put it back in the corner. You can stretch this out again a little bit more so it looks nice and a little bit better, less stretched out, and there we go. There's a nice little stream layout that you can set up right over here, right then and there. This way people will be able to see what kind of chat you got going on, especially if you got a delayed stream or you got, you know, connection problems on the stream. They can see when the chat appears, they can see you, they can see the game, they can see the text that you put up and stuff, and there you go. That's the way you can do chat options for your live stream. Now these are only 2 ways that I thought about. There are probably multiple ways that you can think about as well when you're trying to, you know, apply the whole chat function into the stream itself. Now, and obviously YouTube Gaming is going to upgrade and progress itself further and further to try to create a better version, a better platform for including chat into the stream. Obviously they're going to be working on that. I mean, YouTube Gaming has just been released, and we haven't even seen YouTube Gaming patch 1.1 yet. That's still coming up and should be coming up with a lot more features for people to use. We're going to be getting MooBot, we're going to be getting Nightbot version, stuff like that. We're going to be getting a lot more different perks and a lot of different widgets later down the line. But I hope this helps you out if you'd like to get into streaming right then and there. These are only 2 chat functions that I was able to set up and think of at this very moment, and I hope this helps you out. If you'd like to use any of them, go for it. This is honestly, I want to make sure that everybody else can have a good time coming up with different layouts for their streams and have a good time streaming. So if you want to go ahead and copy any of these things, go for it. This is up to you. I'm not responsible for any other things that is going to be going on your stream. So this is up to you. Feel free to use these at your own volition and in your own interest. Nevertheless, I hope this helps you out and helps you come up with some ideas for how to use chat for your stream. My name is Untitled. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day. See ya.